Welcome. You're watching the Thrift Store Rundown, where we bring Hollywood home on a budget. Artificial intelligence can be a tricky thing to deal with. That's why today's AI robots, mainly for the home, are being named after women, because naturally, they're tricky to deal with, am I right? Whether you're talking Amazon's Alexa, who is my girl, or Apple's Siri.
Find me a damn Radio Shack now!
Siri, where's a Radio Shack?
Oh God, not that bitch again.
The most trickiest AI woman to deal with. Or Google's assistant that doesn't even have a name but definitely sounds like a woman. I'd much rather take the power of female human connection 1,000,000 to 1 over any AI robot. No offense, Alexa. You're still my girl, because she's far and away more helpful than Apple's Siri ever will be. And on that regard, no offense also to Susan Bennett, the original voice of Apple's Siri, and also one of my Twitter followers. Thanks very much. There is, however, one Siri out there whose human connection is making me a believer in getting real deal home cooking on the table by actually getting so real in the process. That would be Siri Daly, today's show's food contributor and author of the blog and companion book, Seriously Delicious, which gives you a little taste of her down-to-earth mom humor. This book, published by Oxmoor House and purchased for 25% off the price of $3.49 out of a retail price of $26.99, features 100 nutritious and not-so-nutritious simple recipes for the real home cook. Where this was originally purchased, it was priced at $17.48, which I have to say is nearly $10 off, and it's also not a bad price, but hey, 25% off $3.49, you know why I run the Thrift Store Rundown, folks, for delicious bargains like this. Here's Siri Daly with more on Seriously Delicious.
Growing up in Minnesota meant that it was winter for most of the year, and when you're stuck indoors, you eat. During meals, we were constantly discussing what the next one would be, and then the next one. I'm a wife and now a mother of 3 kids, and I'm almost solely responsible for churning out daily meals. As any busy human knows, that grind is never easy, and inspiration can be hard to come by. I started out testing recipes and documenting the good, the bad, and the ugly on my blog, Seriously Delicious, which boils down my philosophy for cooking. Don't take it so seriously. Cooking should be just as enjoyable as eating. My recipes are approachable, straightforward, and delicious. I like to have adaptable dishes in my back pocket that I can rely on for simplicity, time management, and that require minimal ingredients. You may even have most of them in your kitchen already. My cookbook, Seriously Delicious, is about loving food and creating memories over a shared meal with those who you love. Come on, let's eat.
This book is divided into 6 chapters. And to make it easy, I'm going to narrow my highlights down to one fun recipe from each of those 6 chapters. So 6 of the most fun recipes for this review. Chapter 1, wakey wakey. 2, halftime. That's lunchtime. 3, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Think of small finger foods and cocktails. 4, time for dinner. 5, sidekicks, side dishes. 6, sweet treats. Of course, dessert. Oh, we start with wakey wakey, which is, of course, breakfast. It's breakfast worth ringing the breakfast bell for. And for that, we start with chorizo hash breakfast burritos. What I miss most about living in California are the breakfast burritos. Sorry, West Coast friends, family, and beautiful weather, you are all close seconds. Oh yeah? Well, which one of them is the highest second? Alright, each recipe here will tell you how many people it serves, along with the active hands-on cooking time and prep time and total time needed to assemble the recipe here. Plus, you have some seriously helpful sidebars here, like seriously healthy or nutritious, making them a little more figure-friendly for you. Seriously easy, streamlining the ingredient prep process, or finding some substitutions if you can't find some key ingredients in here, which are relatively easy to find because they're mostly pantry staple friendly. But yet she encourages you to utilize them in off-kilter ways that could actually work for you. Like chorizo and hash in breakfast burritos. Continuing on for lunch, we have here chicken parmigiana burgers. which calls for ground chicken for the burgers, and of course, the classic toppings of a classic chicken parmesan. Your tomato sauce, your mozzarella, your basil, and of course, your parmesan cheese. Fly that chicken parm burger flag high, my friends. And I gotta say, of all the recipes I'm highlighting here in this review, this has got to be my favorite. That'll serve 4 and will require a total of 35 minutes to create. I'm going to let Siri herself explain these Greek nachos to you because, well, the picture speaks 1,000 words, but her passion for how good they taste and look speaks even more louder volumes.
Happy hour is one of my favorite times of the day, when it is perfectly acceptable to sip an adult beverage while munching on a tasty snack. In this chapter of Seriously Delicious, the hors d'oeuvres range from light and nutritious to fulfilling and slightly more indulgent, but they can all be easily whipped up in minimal time for any gathering. If you make anything from my cookbook, make these Greek nachos. I am very passionate about how good they are. Uncomplicated, addictive, and easily paired with a cocktail. First, bake up perfectly seasoned homemade pita chips, top them with creamy crumbled feta cheese, chopped veggies, salty olives, and finally drizzle everything with a spicy yogurt sauce. For that yogurt sauce, I start with Greek yogurt. I add some honey for a little bit of sweet. I add some lemon juice to brighten everything up, some garlic powder, and some cayenne for a kick of heat. And there you have a perfectly balanced sauce. I then like to garnish, and I use tomatoes, Kalamata olives, and chives. And then don't forget to take your spicy yogurt sauce and drizzle it all over the top. I like to make these nachos when it's date night at home for me and Carson, and I'll serve the nachos with the transfusion cocktail. To make it, we're gonna take some vodka and some grape juice, and then finish it off with some bubbly ginger ale. So we'll stir it all together, and then pour it in a glass that's garnished with a lemon. Whether it's 5 o'clock somewhere or not, I say cheers.
That will require about 35 minutes of total cooking time with a hands-on prep time of about 20 minutes. If you want to make it more kid-friendly, you can top the toasted pitas with store-bought hummus, feta, and diced avocado. Cocktails sold separately in the It's 5 o'clock somewhere chapter. For dinner, we have a spaghetti primavera pie. Now you saw the Greek nachos, and now you're seeing the primavera pie. This is seriously a globe-trotting book as well in some places. Next, rosemary, rutabaga, or rutabaga fries. And that's in the sidekick section right there. Making fries a little more healthier, because they are baked, not exactly fried. And they're made out of rutabagas, or rutabagas. How I pronounce these words often depends on my mood. But regardless, that will serve about 4 and will take about 25 minutes to prepare. And if your kids don't like eating veggies, rutabagas, or anything else, making them into fries and baking them in the oven to simulate that authentic French fried texture and taste, well then, those can make your kids believers. Finally, in the sweet section, we once again hand it over to Siri to show you how to make these rainbow popsicles.
We have something called treat nights at our house, which are scheduled for Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. Why do we limit ourselves to 4 nights? Because we are treataholics and we require moderation. Our passion for dessert is so strong that even non-treat nights have evolved into teeny tiny treat nights with a handful of chocolate chips. In this chapter of my cookbook, Seriously Delicious, you'll find a collection of mouth-watering, delectable desserts that are simple and straightforward. I'm not gonna make you sift flour or temper your chocolate because nobody wants to do those things. There are even treats in here that sneak in fruits and veggies like these rainbow popsicles. For the colors, I used blueberries for the blue, strawberries for the red, for the orange I used peaches, and for the green, spinach. And I promise you, you'll barely taste the veggies in here. Now feel free to change up the fruits based on your favorites or by what's in season. For instance, for the peaches, you can always use frozen. To make each layer, you'll blend the fruits and veggies with yogurt, and that creamy base keeps them from melting too quickly. Now this is seriously important. When pouring the mixtures in the popsicle molds, it's helpful to think about which mixtures are thicker than others. Alternate thick and thin mixtures so that the colors don't blend together too much. And if you don't want to make 22 popsicles, swirl the leftover mixture in a glass and drink it as a smoothie or prepare it as a smoothie bowl. Aren't the rainbow colors so fun? Who can say no to these sweet treats?
If I know one thing, it is that kids love rainbows and kids love popsicles. That is more than one thing. If I know one thing, it's that with how delicious they look and how colorful they look, your kids are sure to develop quite a rainbow connection with this. Seriously important. When pouring the mixture in the popsicle mold, it's helpful to think about which mixtures are thicker than others. So, this is an important tidbit regarding the texture of your mixture, and it's seriously simple. If you don't want to make 22 popsicles, which the average recipe serving suggestion tells you, swirl the leftover mixture in a glass and drink it as a smoothie or prepare it in a smoothie bowl. So 6 recipes in here out of over 100 that you'll find in here, whether you're looking for hash brown egg cups, roasted beet and arugula salad, Lucy's sticky ham sandwiches named after a late family friend, spinach balls, the primavera pie, as already highlighted, French chicken or Greek lamb burgers with tzatziki, or even a couple of vegetarian selections. The recipes in here are fun, they're more than relatively accessible, and they're just kind of off-kilter enough in some places, like caramelized Brussels sprouts and a grilled cheese sandwich, but they are pantry stable friendly, so they are accessible, not that off-kilter, and it could work for you. Having said that, this book is about 80% grounded and 20% out there. So I think it's not so seriously equally balanced, but you know what? For a lot of people's taste, Siri Daly just might be the only Siri that they'll trust. Oh, and extra kudos to Siri, by the way, for the acknowledgement of her blog readers and fans. You'll find that here in the acknowledgement section. There would be no book without you. Thank you. She first opens the book in the introduction by acknowledging her blog readers as well, and listen to her family, as well as those who brought this cookbook to life. This book garnered rave reviews from Jimmy Kimmel, which is kind of odd. Siri's husband, Carson Daly, is host of The Voice on NBC, and was host of Last Call with Carson Daly. Jimmy Fallon is with NBC, Jimmy Kimmel is with ABC. Why do we have a late-night Jimmy swap? We also have praise from Catherine McCord of Realists, whom I previously talked about on this channel with one of her cookbooks, and Jenna Bush-Hager, also a fellow Today Show contributor. Siri Daly, by the way, was one of the segment producers for Last Call with Carson Daly. So, mixing business with pleasure there to create one delicious result. Carson, you might be a clown, as Siri calls you, but I think you did the right thing in putting a ring on Siri, because, as far as I can tell, this is seriously one of a kind. I'm giving it all 5 claps. Siri, you are one good apple. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the flip side.